In love, many people have found themselves stuck in a tiring cycle, moments of intense passion followed by sudden distance, only to return to each other without knowing how to maintain a long-term relationship. If you notice these patterns in yourself or your partner, you may be dealing with a complex attachment style, the fear-avoidant type. But don't worry. It's entirely possible to understand and change this dynamic. In this video, I'll guide you to uncover the deep-rooted reasons why those with fear-avoidant attachment often find themselves trapped in on and off relationships. More importantly, I'll show you how to break this cycle once and for all. The strategies I share will not only help you better understand your own or your partner's behavior, but also pave the way to building a stable and healthy love life. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of my articles or videos about emotional psychology and how to build sustainable relationships. Let's get started. Number 1. Why does this pattern occur? Why do individuals with a fear-avoidant attachment style often find themselves trapped in a cycle of breaking up and reconciling in love? The answer lies in the conflict between their deep desire for closeness and their ingrained fear of being hurt. Fear-avoidant individuals often carry negative beliefs about themselves and relationships. For example, they might think, "I'm not good enough for anyone, everyone will eventually leave me," or "love only leads to pain." These thoughts create an invisible wall that prevents them from building intimacy and commitment in relationships. They yearn for connection and closeness, but simultaneously fear being controlled or trapped. As Amir Levine and Rachel Heller point out in their book Attached, anxious avoidant individuals are often torn between a desire for attachment and a fear of dependence, leading them to withdraw when they feel pressured. For instance, when their partner wants to spend more time with them, they may feel suffocated and instinctively create distance, even though deep down they long for closeness. Childhood experiences play a crucial role in shaping the fear-avoidant attachment style. For example, a child growing up in a family with frequent parental conflicts or emotional neglect may learn that relationships are unsafe and fraught with risks. As adults, these mechanisms continue to influence how they build relationships. When they feel threatened or out of control, their instinct is often to flee. For example, if their partner suggests meeting the family or discussing marriage, they may panic and want to end the relationship. They might say things like, "I need some time to myself. I'm not sure we're right for each other. You're moving too fast. I don't want to feel tied down. I'm afraid I'll hurt you." They often fail to realize that their anxiety and fears stem from unresolved wounds from the past, not their partner's actions. For instance, they may blame their partner for being too controlling or too sensitive, when in reality they are projecting their own fears onto the other person. Instead of addressing these emotions and communicating openly, they choose to withdraw, create distance, or even end the relationship. This behavior traps them in a new cycle of loneliness and pain. From these root causes, it becomes clear how this fear-avoidant attachment style leads to the on-again, off-again dynamics in their relationships. By understanding these underlying issues, they can start breaking free from this exhausting cycle and work toward healthier, more stable connection. Number 2. Oscillating dynamics in relationships. Individuals with a fear-avoidant attachment style often experience cycles of highs and lows in their relationships, a phenomenon known as oscillation. In the initial stages of love, they may feel a strong connection and hopefulness. However, as the relationship deepens and intimacy grows, they often begin to feel anxious. Instead of feeling secure in the closeness, they start to feel pressured or even afraid that the relationship will become too binding or uncontrollable. As a result, they instinctively withdraw, sometimes ending the relationship to protect themselves from further emotional pain. Notably, after ending a relationship, fear-avoidant individuals don't always process grief fully. Rather than facing the pain, they avoid it by convincing themselves they're fine and that the relationship wasn't as significant as they once thought. They develop an emotional shell portraying strength and independence, but this only exacerbates the problem, as their true feelings remain buried and unresolved. After about 6 months to a year, feelings of loneliness and a need for comfort often resurface. When they realize they can't live in isolation forever, their first thought is usually to reconnect with someone who once provided warmth and safety. They rekindle the relationship, but the oscillation cycle repeats, leaving both parties exhausted and confused. Research by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller in Attached highlights fear-avoidant individuals struggle between the desire for intimacy and the fear of being hurt, leading to a withdrawal or return cycle. They need to learn how to face their fears and process emotions in healthier ways. The oscillation not only destabilizes the fear-avoidant individual, but also makes the relationship itself fragile. A lack of emotional coping skills and limited close connections outside the romantic relationship make it difficult for them to find support during tough times. This is why they often return to a former partner, as that person represents the closest source of understanding, even if only for a short time. These oscillations disrupt emotions and create long-term negative effects on the relationship between the two people involved. Number 3, the impact of the on cycle. The repeated cycle of breaking up and reconciling harms not only the fear-avoidant individual but also their partner. For the avoidant person, every withdrawal or push to create distance provides temporary relief from the intimacy they fear. However, this avoidance only leaves them feeling more uneasy, anxious, and unsettled. As the relationship lacks a solid foundation, they remain in a state of discomfort, constantly on guard to protect themselves. For their partner, the cycle creates a sense of distance, instability, and a feeling of being undervalued. Each time the fear-avoidant partner pulls away, the other person may feel abandoned, leading them to question their worth in the relationship. They may blame themselves or try to change to keep the relationship intact, but the inconsistency of the cycle only heightens their insecurities. Over time, the partner becomes weary, losing trust in the ability to maintain a long-term relationship. This cycle also destroys the opportunity to build a strong foundation of trust between the two individuals. When neither party can predict the other's actions or emotions, the stability necessary for nurturing a healthy relationship becomes increasingly difficult to achieve. Instead of feeling reassured, both parties find themselves trapped in a whirlwind of anxiety, doubt, and exhaustion. As a result, the relationship cannot progress in a healthy way and instead devolves into a series of emotionally charged breakups and reconciliations. Breaking this cycle requires deep awareness of how it affects both people, along with specific steps to change behavior and create a safer, more stable environment. Number 4. Breaking the cycle, reprogramming beliefs and mastering emotions. Breaking the oscillation cycle and the behaviors linked to fear-avoidant attachment requires both awareness and strategic, patient effort. Reprogramming negative beliefs and mastering emotions doesn't happen overnight, but by following concrete steps, individuals can gradually transform how they view themselves and their relationships. Identify core beliefs. The first step is to explore the deeply ingrained beliefs about love, intimacy, and self-worth. For instance, if you believe, "I'm not worthy of love," ask yourself why you think this way. Did it stem from a past relationship or how you were treated in childhood? Writing down these beliefs helps you see them clearly, rather than allowing them to unconsciously influence your actions. Question the accuracy of these beliefs. Once you've identified your core beliefs, evaluate whether they truly reflect reality. If you've always thought others will abandon you, recall relationships where you were loved, understood, or supported. These opposing examples can help you challenge the accuracy of negative beliefs and pave the way for more positive perspectives. Visualize a new belief. Choose a healthier belief to replace the old one. For example, instead of thinking intimacy only leads to pain, try to believe intimacy gives me an opportunity to connect and grow. Visualize yourself living with this new belief. How would your behavior change and how would your emotions shift? Imagining and adopting this new belief helps you approach relationships with a more positive mindset. Practice emotional regulation. When faced with feelings of anxiety, anger, or sadness, take the time to understand them instead of avoiding them. Techniques such as meditation, journaling, or deep breathing can help calm your mind and view your emotions objectively. Instead of reacting impulsively, You can learn to respond intentionally, creating opportunities for positive change. Cultivate self-compassion. Avoid blaming yourself for past negative thoughts or behaviors. Accept that healing takes time and forgive yourself for missteps along the way. Remind yourself that everyone has wounds and the effort you're making is a significant step forward. Build a support network. Connect with people who can listen and support you, including family, friends, or mental health professionals. A trusted friend, an experienced therapist, or a support group can provide inspiration and encouragement as you work to break old patterns. Breaking this cycle isn't something that happens overnight, but it can begin with awareness and gradual changes. Fear-avoidant individuals need to identify the beliefs and emotions driving their fear of intimacy. Consulting a professional therapist or taking psychology courses can help them understand their psychological mechanisms and adjust their behaviors. At the same time, their partner can learn to provide appropriate support. Instead of applying pressure, they can create a safe environment that encourages the avoidant partner to express their emotions comfortably. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope my insights have helped you better understand the on and off cycles in love experienced by those with a fear-avoidant attachment style, as well as ways to break free from these negative patterns. Remember, the journey to finding healthy love always requires effort and perseverance from both sides. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. And feel free to share this video with anyone who is on their journey to finding happiness in love. Wishing all of us a beautiful love, a strong and meaningful relationship.